Hello everyone, welcome to this video, and this is about CSIR preparation. CSIR is just knocking at your door. At this particular moment, you should learn how to optimize your time. You have to revise a lot, but the time is limited. So what really matters is the resources. In this video, we'll talk about what resources you can use and what should be better for you. And lastly, we'll talk about how to design your custom strategy to ace this exam. So stay tuned till the end of this video and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. The first resources that we are going to review is the classical Pathfinder books. So there are like the Life Science Book 1, Life Science Book 2, and you know it. You are using it for a very long time. So these are kind of like feasible option for all of you guys. And I don't disagree because these books are precise, these books are easy to revise, and everything is at one place. So you don't have to juggle between all the textbooks to get the information at the last moment. Anyway, they have added a new one, which is the ecology part. So again, the ecology section is separated right now in a separate book. The next part is the part A, that means the general aptitude. So right now, the best book in general aptitude, in my opinion, personal opinion, is this one from the Pathfinder set as well. And lastly, there are two question answer preparation sets. For example, this one, which has several questions from several exams, so you have everything together. And lastly, they have improvised on this particular book, which is the particular section wise and year wise question solution. So this is pretty much useful because you can get all the year question together. You can set your analytics there, so you don't have to really browse through all the questions, sit together and put it. Let's review the pros and cons of using these Pathfinder books. If we talk about section A and section B, using these particular books, you can optimize your strategy and time. These are excellent for these two sections. But section C requires a deeper understanding of the concepts, which is kind of not possible or limited if you use these books. So deeper understanding can be developed by using the classical textbooks in biology. So in this last 2 months, again, it's not feasible for you to use those books and get concept. So if you haven't developed the concepts yet, it's better to revise with these books. Now let's talk about this resource number 2. The resource number 2 is basically using the textbooks. Using the textbook is best when you are starting from very beginning. That means you are going to take the exam in a year and you are starting right now. Then I would suggest develop your concept, deeper understanding using the textbooks. But for the last 2 months, I mean, using the textbook can make you feel lost, make you feel more incompetent. So now comes resource number 3. Resource number 3 is this particular Arihant's CSIR NET textbook. So you can see this is kind of like a big fat book, everything together in this particular book as they claim. Now, if we honestly compare this book with the Pathfinder books, this book has less amount of information. Things are overly shortened and you don't have many informations in terms of theoretical revisions. You can always check out the questions, so you would have a bigger pool of questions from where you can practice. But in terms of understanding, I would still suggest Pathfinder will be slightly better than this particular book. The next resource is about the part C, how to tackle part C. So for part C, you need a deeper understanding of the subject matter, so you cannot really rely on the Pathfinder book. Now you have to use a little bit more detailed book, which can be like these ones. The biased instant notes are slightly elaborated than the Pathfinder book, but way lesser than the textbook. So at the last moment, if you want to improvise your part C, you can possibly use these books. Now, they are better than the textbooks, but they are not ultimate. Again, they are not written for CSIR NET. So this would be kind of useful, but also you have to think about it. Okay, let me share a secret with you guys. So it doesn't really matter what resources you are using, but it matters how you are using. That means you can use Pathfinder, you can use textbook, and it really depends on you. Like if you are comfortable more with textbook, use that. If you are more comfortable with Pathfinder book, use that. So what really matters is your understanding, your ability to synthesize the question, synthesize the concept. None of these resources are absolutely correct or absolutely like appropriate for any examination. It's you who makes these resources useful for your preparation. Okay, the last part is which section to focus on. Now there are 13 sections in CSIR, Unit 1 to 13. Among that, you can choose any 6 sections to focus on. Now these 6 units that you would be focusing can be different from a second person. So focus on those sections that you are most comfortable. The combination might be different, but you should be very well versed with these sections that you are going to focus. In a different video, we'll talk about what are the beneficial sections that you can include in your list or in your combination. Now, there are no absolute solution to this. It's customized. It depends on person to person. Let's say a biochemistry person who has studied biochemistry in their undergrads, done MSc in biochemistry. So obviously biochemistry, mol bio related subjects would be more easy for them compared to ecology, evolution, etc. Now, in a person who is studying zoology, they would prefer ecology, evolution more than let's say classical biotechnology or physiology, right? So this is why the last part, like you have to have a common section. Let's say 4 sections are really important and 2 sections could be optional and elective based on your experience. So in the next video, we'll talk about these combinations in bit more details, try to understand and develop our own custom strategy. So look at the next video in the I button, and this is a series of CSIR videos. I would be uploading many notes and flashcards as well as detailed lectures. So stay tuned.